Greetings, tribe. I am your host of Extraordinary Magnitude, Ortega Latrobe, and this is Ortega's Hotplate. Before we get doing anything, I would like to thank our benefactors, the Deadwood, Wildwood Barbecue, Smokehouse Saloon, Tuesday Agency, Fifth Wheel Cocktail Club, Mickey's, and I don't know, maybe Gabe's. I'm waiting on Scott to answer an email. Maybe Gabe's. I don't know. We'll give them the benefit and let them roll over into this one. So, yeah, Gabe's also. Anyway, we'd like to thank those folks for their support for the last year, going into year two. First thing I'm going to do for this episode is apologize to everybody. I don't actually know that anybody actually watches this or listens to it, so I don't know that I'm apologizing to anybody specifically. But if you are a fan or a viewer or a subscriber and you've missed me for the last 2 weeks, my apologies. It's been very, very hectic. Just in shoot world, it's been very maddening. The theater I work at just started back doing performances again late September. And basically in the last little over 3 weeks, we've had 11 scheduled performances. 9 of them have happened. 2 had to be put to the side. One, a band member tested positive for COVID, and we had to cancel the performance. The other, the performer, had to undergo emergency surgery and therefore had to cancel the show. Now, that's been really busy for the last 3 weeks. In the upcoming 3 weeks, we've got 10 more performances as well as a 2-day festival coming. So I will be very stretched on time. I'll get in here when I can and do what I can. Believe me, you're important to me. This is important to me. Snacking with Ortega is important to me. Project 33 is important to me. And that's why you're my tribe. Now, so besides all that real world bullshit, the theater I work at has enacted a COVID health care policy, as all venues should, and I believe most do have. Ours requires a negative COVID test within 72 hours of the performance. Now, if you don't have that, we will take proof of vaccination in lieu of the negative test. So, negative test or proof of vaccination. These are the two things you need to gain entry to the theater, as well as obviously a ticket for the show. We enacted this. We sent out emails. We had a handful of people ask for refunds because they didn't agree with our policy. I understand that. People have their own beliefs. I'm not going to fault them for that. I don't like being blamed like it's my fault that someone can't come see a show because they won't get vaccinated or go get a test. That's not my fault. I'm not denying you anything. That's your choice that you're making to not see the performance. Sorry. We've had some very upset people who arrive at the show having not read the pre-show email with all this information in it and then being mad at us because they didn't know. And I understand being upset if you didn't know, but also if you're standing there and you see like 30, 40, 50 people go in front of you and they all just automatically pull these vax cards out or this proof of, a negative test without asking a question and they're not getting anything. When you see that many people going by and you're one who didn't know, maybe you missed something. Just saying. One show actually had a guy, I could see him eyeballing me as I was checking people in, and he walked over and just like, I obviously missed something. What's the deal? And so I explained it to him. He asked me what time the band was going on, and at that point, he had 100 minutes before they were going to hit the stage. I don't know where he lived, but he got back right as they were going on. So the man put in a drive somewhere, obviously, to be back to enjoy one of his favorite bands. And I appreciate that. I respect that. No anger, no. And again, I understand people being upset. But don't be pissed off. Don't freak out and be like, we're infringing on your rights and this is illegal and all that. It's like, look, man, we're not the only place doing this. Venues around the country are doing this. Artists are asking for this. Talent agencies are asking for these protocols to be met. You're in the minority. I know you don't think so, but you're in the minority. And it's like I said, it's not just here, man. It's nationwide. I went to some shows in Chicago. Mask required. Vax card required. And you know what? I just took that shit with me. And here's the thing. If you don't want to get vaccinated, that's your right. That's your fucking belief, man. I ain't going to shit on that. But when you say you can't go get a test, because you can. You can go buy them at CVS. You can buy rapid tests. Those are all be accepted. You can have a test within that time frame. I had one refund being like, we can't do that by the time the show happens. It was a 6-week window. You can get a fucking test in a 6-week fucking window, okay? You can. Trust me. So anyway, that's just bitching about that, man. And you know, it's the thing, you work in customer service, you have to deal with some shit. But the thing is, more people really appreciate our policy. We get thanked for it. I had people tell us, man, I'm so glad you have this. I feel safer coming to a show here. And that's what we want. We want to bring our customers back. We want to bring entertainment back. We want people to be able to come out and enjoy themselves with art in the community. But God damn it, we still got to be safe about it. And these few little things aren't that hard. So, I mean, and again, if you have your own choices, you have your own beliefs, but remember, don't be mad at me for something that's in your control. That's all I'm saying. You make these choices. These are the ramifications for it. Don't be pissed at me for your choice. That's all I got to say on that. Now, aside from there, I also work at 3 other places. I work at Gabe's and Wildwood and Deadwood. Oddly enough, some of the sponsors. How's that work out? I don't know. Maybe I know somebody. Obviously, that's stupid, Ortega. Knock it off. At Gabe's, I do door bouncing kind of thing, both. At Wildwood, I either do door or I work security detail, and at Deadwood, I'm just the door / maybe bouncer if need be. I worked a lot of crappy metal shows out at Wildwood, and you know, whatever. It's fun. I enjoy the job. I enjoy the people I work for, the people I work with. Plus, I get a free meal, and it's kick-ass fucking barbecue. And that has nothing to do with them being a sponsor. That's just a goddamn honest assessment of the food out there. It's fucking good. Get that fucking brisket, yo. Worked non-point out there recently. It didn't suck that bad. I've worked some shows where I was just like, fucking, it was so bad, it was laughable. You know, you can go back to the history of the shows that have been there and you maybe figure it out. You can go back to my Instagram, definitely figure it out. So, haven't been at either of them much because I've been so busy at the main job. But I do work game days at Deadwood. And there is something to be said about game days fucking sucking. A couple weeks ago, Iowa beat Penn State in the last second thing, which pushed them into number 2, and the fucking town went crazy. And it was the most straining detail of door I'd ever done at the Deadwood in the few years I've been there. Just some stupid fuckers, man. And you get shit like, you know, fucking, you know, for example, Sweet Caroline and 100 drunk motherfuckers singing along. You know what? Fuck Sweet Caroline, okay? I hate that fucking bitch. Also, Friends in Low Places. Yeah, I got them too, motherfucker. I don't sing about it. A photo of your ID is not your ID. Now, I know to you and your stupid angry boyfriend, that's a fucking ID. No, it's not. And here's the thing. See, the state puts little, like, holograms and stuff on there that door guys actually have to take a class, then learn how to know, and bartenders, so you recognize the thing so you know if it's fake or not. And I can't tell that on your fucking phone. And if you say, well, I don't want to lose my ID, the chances are if you can lose your ID, you're going to lose that fucking phone too, idiot. The inordinate amount of motherfuckers, complete strangers who want to walk by and fist bump me, I fucking hate that. I don't say go Hawks. I hate fist bumping strangers, but I fucking do it anyway because it's easier to do it and get them out the fucking door than it is to look at them like they're a goddamn asshole and be like, I'm not into your male bonding ritual. But whatever. The worst is the fucking clap on the fucking shoulder on the fucking way out or on the way by. Hey, buddy, yeah, I fucking hate you, old man. I'll fucking snap your fucking wrist. Don't fucking touch me. I don't like people fucking touching me that I fucking know, let alone complete fucking stranger, drunk ass fucking golf dad in for the fucking weekend. Also, when I ask for your ID and you show it, you're like, I'm old. Yeah, so is that fucking joke. Another thing, you don't have to tell the door guy. You'd have to say, like, I'll be back. Yeah, just going out to smoke. Just going to the John. We don't give a fuck. You're leaving. We only care about what you do when you come in and in our building. Also, door guys basically ask for like 4 things from people. ID, money, ticket, and get the fuck out. That's about it. We're not asking real detailed questions when we ask you something. Don't be baffled by what we say. Thank you. Anyway, this week wasn't nearly as bad. Also, the Hawkeyes lost, and I know that around here that's a big deal, and I get it because, I mean, I got a fucking Steelers tattoo right here. I get fandom, I do. But much like with Pantera and the Grateful Dead, a lot of the Hawkeye fan base ruins the Hawkeyes for me. I also am not a firm believer that geography dictates fandom. Like if you go to school here, like you always got to be a Hawkeye fan or whatever because you went to school. I mean, that makes a little more sense. But like saying, well, if you live in Chicago, you must be a Bears fan. How the hell are you a Steelers fan living in Iowa? Well, first off, there's no pro teams in Iowa. If we had one, I probably wouldn't be a fucking fan of it because I'm not much of a fan of any of the teams around here. Except maybe the Cedar Rapids Rough Riders, the hockey team. And we haven't had the Coralville hockey team start up yet. And so maybe I'll go to some of those and maybe I'll become a fan. Or maybe I'll just be the asshole who chooses for all the away teams that come in. Wouldn't be beyond me. Heel life, bitch. That's really been my last couple of weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks since I've been back here doing this badly as I am right now. But like I said, been very, very freaking busy in shoot life. Just getting by, getting that money because we've got Revolver coming up at the end of the month in Des Moines. There's been some alterations to the card. You know, the drawback was Sammy getting injured and having to pull out of the match. But as Sammy and Revolver do, they made it all okay. They've built a hell of a fucking card. They've got all the belts all the belts are up for grabs, brand new. There are no champions at this point until the end of the night. Tales from the Ring 4. Clive, Horizon Event Center, Revolver. So that's it for this 7th edition of Ortega's Hot Plate. It's not that great. It's not that interesting. But it is an episode. And I'll have another one ready. Hell, I will promise it to you by Thursday night. Thursday night, we'll have another brand new Ortega's Hot Plate by Thursday night. And if you're listening to this and not watching it, so if you're just listening to the podcast, you can't see me repetitively pointing at the fucking camera like a goddamn idiot right now. But if you watch it on YouTube, you can watch me point at you. Anyway, I'm Ortega Latrobe. Thanks for stopping by. See your ass down the road.
I love Ortega's sauce. It makes my taco pop.